Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Films, where we talk at you for God knows how long. It seems to be different every week now, like ridiculously different every week. You know, the last episode was an hour shorter than the one before it. Yeah, we're going to talk at you about films for the next whatever amount of time. With me, as always, my couple of co-hosts that I've forgot to introduce on almost every podcast recently.
Hey, we get an introduction.
It's Lewys, Taylor, and Iwan Pullen.
Whoa.
Yeah,
names.
Last names. Fuck the system. Brandon's not here anymore. We don't need this stupid last name rule where we can't, because everyone's going to track you down. Obviously, the 10 people that listen to this are going to
We've been
Germany. They're
exposed.
going to get flights.
They're going to fly over, track you down to your houses, and fucking bully you.
I feel like we should confirm.
Bully us.
I think we should confirm. We haven't fallen out with Brandon or anything.
No.
He's just started working and he doesn't have the time to do this.
But because he's not here, we can say our last names.
Yeah, yeah. He did have he had a ban on last names.
He did. No one's quite sure why.
This is angry more at you. It's kind of unfair. You're stealing my limelight a bit.
Oh, Iwan, that did not sound nice. Something went wrong when you did that.
You can cut it out.
I'm not cutting
He
shit
can,
out.
He can, but will he?
Well, how deafening is it?
It wasn't bad.
Is it going to make people go, ah?
It wasn't loud. It just sounded very unhealthy for the microphone.
He didn't even touch the microphone.
I know.
Just
I'm not
moved
quite
the
sure how it happened, I'll be honest.
Alright, we're getting off
feedback.
topic as usual.
Yeah, that's how this show works. Right.
The Let's Get Sidetracked podcast.
Yeah. Later on, we're going to get into best and worst films of 2016, a little roundup of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Let everyone know what we thought of this brilliant year of cinema.
Yep.
But first, let's get into the news, guys. There was a trailer dropped for Alien Covenant.
Mm-hmm.
What did you guys think of this trailer? I know you're such big Alien fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan
I've seen
at all,
the first
really.
one. I enjoyed it. I've avoided all the sequels.
Second one's good.
I've heard that some of them are good. I just don't know which ones.
It's
So I've
like
just
James
avoided them all.
Cameron's second best film.
All right. Okay.
That's not saying much though, because he did 2 good films. I refuse to say that The Terminator's good. The first one's not good. I'm telling you right now.
Okay,
it's
then.
not a good film.
Okay.
All right.
Have you seen it?
I have
Yes.
seen it.
It's not good. That was a strange noise.
This is the episode of Strange Noises.
Yeah, did you guys enjoy that Alien Covenant trailer then?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks
I like
good.
It looks more horror-y.
Yeah, it looks really
definitely.
horror-y.
Either of you see Prometheus? I'm guessing not.
No.
I saw lots of trailers.
It was a very nice looking film. Doesn't mean the film was good.
Mhm.
I've got it on Blu-ray, but I've got it on Blu-ray because the visuals in it are spectacular. That's the only reason I watched that film. Other than that, it's a terrible film, and I completely accept that. But I like looking at it.
Right.
It's a nice looking film, and
Mhm.
this one looks like more alien stuff. Because in the last one, there was sort of a xenomorph in it for literally the last shot of the film.
Right.
That was the entirety of the bloody xenomorph on-screen presence in that film.
Okay.
Right.
Sounds excellent. It wasn't.
Was not. This is like completely new people other than Michael Fassbender, who I like in everything.
Even Assassin's Creed.
I have not seen it, so I still like him in everything I've seen.
I haven't seen it either. So.
It comes out on the 1st of Jan over here, so
All right.
little trip to the cinema on New Year's Day, guys.
Sure.
Yeah.
See Assassin's Creed.
Well-
Nice way to kick off the new year.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm really excited for Alien Covenant.
Mhm. I could tell.
Yeah. It looks more horror.
Yeah,
I
the
have to
trailer.
admit.
The trailer is good. It's a good
Yeah.
trailer. It
Yeah.
makes me want to watch it.
Mhm.
Then watch it.
I will. It's
Can't-
not out yet,
It's
though.
not. It's not out. You can't watch it.
Wait, what? Is this how cinema works?
Dan's just come to the realization that everything with the trailer is not actually out.
What? I'm so confused.
You know where this is? He's seen the Passengers trailer that many times. He just thought that was the whole film.
Fuck that film.
He just watched it over and over again.
Little spoiler for later on. I hated that film.
Oh my god, same.
All right. Let's stop all the laughter now.
Oh,
Haha.
no, you can't.
You actually can't.
No. Oh shit. Yeah.
This isn't funny stuff. Unfortunately, Carrie Fisher's passed over the past week after having a heart attack on a plane back from the UK from shooting 8 out of 10 cats. I love that show. It killed Carrie Fisher.
I wouldn't look at it that way.
No,
Because I don't think you'll be able to watch 8 out of 10 cats in the same way.
I won't. Yeah, it's really sad news.
Yeah, it's
a
gutting.
terrible way to end the year.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's most known for Princess Leia. Unfortunately, I don't really know any of her other roles.
She's just written a new book, hasn't she?
Has she?
Something about a princess or a queen, maybe not a princess. I'm not sure.
We'll have to
some
read
kind
it.
of book.
Yeah, we'll have to read it. I'm not very good with sad news,
No.
No.
to be honest.
Well, this story gets worse.
And now let's pile on more sad news.
Yeah. Her mom, Debbie Reynolds, died earlier today, I think it was.
Yeah.
Because she got the stress of her daughter gave her a stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a good segment.
It's
no.
really not.
No, but it has to be addressed.
2016's been pretty bad when it comes to deaths.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the year basically kicked off with Bowie,
Yeah.
and then, Jesus Christ, the amount after that is just
Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous.
We can't even list them.
It's
or
absurd.
Go on too long.
And then for it to end like this,
Yeah. It's rubbish. I saw a nice little anecdote, maybe. That's probably not the right word, but I'll say it anyway. That David Bowie's obviously found a better place somewhere else, and he's gradually recruiting people one by one to come and live with him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it does sound like something Bowie would do.
Yeah.
Just he's picking them all off. That's what's happening. Bowie went and he's like, "Nah, I'm having some of these." Must be it. Yeah. All right. Well, let's
Try and pick up the entertainment.
let's pick it back up. Hey guys, we're wacky and fun. We're cool dudes, all right?
Oh, yes we are.
Whoa.
Ah.
Yeah.
Zip.
Let's get into the best and worst of the year. Who wants to start? Who wants to start this mental segment, guys? It's going to be a
You're
mad
the
one.
host. You're the
I'm the
host.
host. All right. So what we're going to do? We're going to go around the group. I would say a table, but they can't see the table,
We can.
and it's not even a table. It's a desk.
That's the table.
It's a desk.
Desk.
Iwan forgot that word earlier, didn't he? All right. My worst of the year. I'm kicking it off with some that I really didn't mind
Yeah.
because I couldn't think of 10 worst ones,
Mm-hmm.
like really bad. So these, especially this first one, it's mainly just mediocre. X-Men Apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys.
Whoa.
I don't think your phone agrees.
X-Men Apocalypse. I actually quite enjoyed it when it came out, I'll be honest. Looking back on it, I probably shouldn't have.
We won't say anything now.
Yeah.
So it won't spoil our
Yeah.
lists.
Yeah, it's not a particularly good film. No, again, Michael Fassbender tricked me.
Bastard.
I see him in a film and I'm like, I must like this film.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out I like him in it.
Yeah.
There's parts of it that I like. Quicksilver's good again.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, yeah, I disagree with that.
oh,
But I know that's
I
a
mean,
controversial
not the
opinion.
end.
Oh no, I was talking.
Not the stuff with his dad.
I'll
I
get
like the
into
Quicksilver scene anyway.
Mhm.
I've actually been watching a lot of American Horror Story, and Evan Peters is in that, and he's a lot better in that. Like, as much as I do like Quicksilver in this film, he doesn't act particularly well. I'll move on to the next one. Number 9, I've got Central Intelligence. I forgot this came out this year until I was looking at lists.
I
I
didn't
saw it,
see this one.
It's Kevin Hart and The Rock.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Look, right, I put it on. It was an hour and a half of my life that I won't get back. But I like Kevin Hart and The Rock. Like, I don't like Kevin Hart on his own, but when he's with The Rock, he's pretty good. They're the only good thing about this film. Other than those two, it's complete shit. Fortunately, they slightly save the film, which is why it's only number 9. At number 8, I got Now You See Me Too.
Mm-hmm.
Did we go see this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw this together.
Again, very mediocre. Daniel Radcliffe's not good in it.
No.
Not good at all. The first one I didn't mind.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I thought it was a decent film. It was competently made.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse Eisenberg I didn't hate quite as much at that point. but that more ties into something else that's higher up on this list. As to why I hate him. Yeah, this film just wasn't good. Like, of course it wasn't good. It's on my worst list.
Mm-hmm.
It was not as competently made as the first one. I don't know if it's the same director, but it looked much worse than the first one.
Yeah.
And no one wanted to be there, and it's quite obvious.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that. I'll move on to my next one, which is Suicide Squad.
What are we? Some kind of Suicide Squad?
I was thinking the other day, right? Do you remember those guys got tattoos?
Yeah.
Squad.
I was thinking about that when I was watching it.
Oh, what foolish people.
Yeah.
I don't think Will Smith got one, did he?
I don't know.
I think it was either Will Smith or Margot Robbie decided not to get one.
I think Margot Robbie was the one doing it. They got the cast members to do it to each other. I'm pretty sure she was doing one.
I feel like
she must have got one as well.
I feel like it was one of them two knew that this film was going to be shit.
It must have been Will Smith. He must know better. Although he did star in Collateral Beauty.
He did.
Which I have not seen.
I haven't seen, but I feel we should give it an honourable mention because Jesus Christ, the reviews on that film are not good. Suicide Squad. I came out of it and I was like, oh, that wasn't terrible, but it was mainly because I didn't want to hate another DC film.
Yeah.
I now realise how bad this film was.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same.
The first half of it, like, I don't mind the second act, but both acts either side of that, I wanted to kill myself in, but for two completely different reasons.
Commit Suicide
Squad. The first act, why was it so choppy?
Mm-hmm.
Like, a trailer company edited part of this.
Yeah, that's why.
And definitely the first act was edited by them.
Mm-hmm.
The second act, why was it so drawn out? They're two completely opposite problems in the same film. How did that happen? I'll move on to the next one before I go on a rant. Got Passengers next. We saw this the other day.
We did, yeah.
What a shit film. Sony have not released anything good for a long time. I can't remember the last good film they released.
No.
And this is a prime example of how shit they've become.
Mm-hmm.
Boring. It was just boring.
Yeah,
there's
really
not much.
bloody dull.
There's not much to talk about because nothing fucking happens in this film.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just move straight past that one. Actually, fuck it. Right. The next one, I wanted to leave. Like, I was honestly 2/3 of the way through this. I was like, if I feel any more sick, I'm gonna leave. It was fucking Hardcore Henry, wasn't it?
Oh god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not enjoy that film.
So, I can't remember whether we talked about this on the podcast or not.
No, it was before we started the podcast.
Right, okay. So, in our cinema screening, there was us and let's say 8 other people.
Mm-hmm.
By the end, it was us and 2 other people. I've honestly never seen people walk out of the cinema before. And I completely understand why they did it.
It just dwindled and dwindled, didn't it?
Oh, God.
They kept leaving.
They took a 5-minute premise and fucking stretched it into an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesus, I wanted I thought I was going to chug. Like, I've never been in a film that's made me feel physically sick before.
Oh, yeah.
And this managed it.
Let's put a film in first person.
Oh yeah,
Let's
what a great idea.
again.
No,
Brilliant.
let's put a 5-minute music video in first person and leave it at that.
Yeah.
Oh, someone's slamming the doors.
That's a ghost.
Must be. At number 4, I've got Batman versus Superman.
Wow.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I was for a while. I was wondering whether this would be worse or better than Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out it's significantly worse than Suicide Squad because I rewatched it. Imagine that, guys! I rewatched it.
Wow, damn.
And you know what I rewatched? Well, I didn't rewatch it.
Oh,
I watched for the first time the extended cut.
Did it make it better, like all the fanboys say?
No, it did not. It was just as shit. If anything, it was worse because the Batman kills are more graphic.
Yeah. It shouldn't be killing.
It
just makes it longer.
It kind of explains some sort of subplot where, Lois Lane was trying to sort out, those guys that got killed at the start.
Oh,
Yeah,
the least interesting plot line.
Yeah. And because they'd been shot,
Mm-hmm.
but in the extended cut, they burn the bodies afterwards, so that it looks like Superman used his heat vision on them. But they'd still have bullet holes.
That's
Not if you burn them real good.
yeah, you burn them well enough, you dumb criminals.
It's bad. Oh, you see a shot of Ben Affleck's arse as well.
Oh well,
He's in the
worth
shower.
it, then.
Yeah, I mean, that would probably put it on my best.
He's a very handsome man, Dan.
Well,
I've not seen his ass, so I might give this a watch. Just skip to the scene.
anyway, this is terrible.
Uh-huh.
The Doomsday fight is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into the Wonder Woman theme.
I was thinking about that today when I was writing my list.
I'm just going to move on to number 3.
Mm-hmm.
At number 3, I've put Sausage Party.
Oh wow, that's
Now
pretty high.
This has an 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. How the fuck has this got an 84% on Rotten Tomatoes? Ewan, did you see this?
I didn't because I was told not
Oh.
to by you two.
I don't understand how this has got so big.
Yeah,
People love this film.
I don't know why.
Jesus.
It's complete shit. Like, it's just awful. It's
Mhm.
not funny. It's just a Seth Rogen comedy that's been animated.
Mhm.
The only half decent part is fucking... Oh, what's his name? The one who plays the douche.
I don't know his name, but yeah, I know what you mean.
He's the only half decent part of it. And that whole douche joke is just terrible.
Yeah, it is.
And then the end, what's going on?
Yeah, I've expressed my opinions about the end. Go watch go listen to our review of Sausage Party.
Yeah, do
And
that.
while you're there, listen to us fix the prequels.
Yeah.
That's the same episode.
Yeah.
That was a bad decision there, wasn't it?
What?
I think
Fixing
putting
the-
that in the same episode.
Yeah, it probably wasn't a great idea. Yeah, it was just awful. I can't believe people love it so much.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to move on. I'm going to go to my number 2 choice, which
Mm-hmm.
is Independence Day Resurgence. This is a video game in cinema, in a cinema. That's all it is. It's just cutscenes of a video game. It's like, I'll tell you exactly what it is, right? It's a video game from the early 2000s
Mm-hmm.
without the actual gameplay, because in the early 2000s they'd get real actors for the cutscenes
Yeah.
and use some shitty CGI in them as well. And it's exactly what this film is. It's just a load of fucking cutscenes from the video game. There's that one part when he's looking at like his screen and he's watching when he fucked up his like Will Smith's son in that training test when they were pilots.
You know what, Dan? No, it's so forgettable.
Anyway, that happened, and he's watching it on his screen, and I was like, "Oh, is he playing a game?"
Mm-hmm.
Because I genuinely thought that the special effects were just a video game that he was playing. Oh, it was so bad. Not as bad as this one, though.
Oh.
Fuck, I think you guys knew this was coming.
Yeah, definitely.
Christ, I despise this film. How it got made, I will never know. This is proof that video game films should never be made again.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that voice crack. I'm very angry.
It's all right.
Just happens when
It's warranted.
I get riled up. Fuck Warcraft
Mm-hmm.
and its shitty fucking premise.
What premise? There's no premise.
Exactly. Right? This film opened up. After 20 minutes, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
How could you be like that? There's place names telling you where you are and when and things. It's so helpful.
Was there? Because, I was just baffled by what was happening on screen. I must have just missed them. What the fuck? I just don't understand what was going on in this film at all. The human characters are terrible. The orc characters are semi-decent for the most part, but they're still shit, really, overall.
Yeah.
There's one good orc character, and he fucking dies.
Ooh, spoilers for Warcraft.
You think I give a
guys.
shit about spoilers for Warcraft? Warcraft, I'm sorry, I'm not using its correct name. Warcraft, The Beginning.
Oh, yeah.
It's only the beginning.
Because there's going to be so many fucking sequels.
Warcraft saga.
I don't have trouble following films, right? I see some reviews where people are like, oh, I didn't know what was going on in this film. It's like, most films, even if it's loosely, I can follow the plot that's going on. This just opened up and I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know who these people are.
Mm-hmm.
You've given me no connection to any of the characters here. Why am I meant to care about anybody? Because you can't fucking tell me what's going on and who I'm meant to be caring for. Am I meant to care for the orcs? Am I meant to care for the humans? Which humans am I meant to care for? This one seems like a dick, but apparently he's the main character. Just fucking Leonardo DiCaprio knockoff.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to you?
Well, I just want to say one thing first, right? I don't blame Duncan Jones for this film. I like Duncan Jones as a director. He's done 2 brilliant films. I think this came out at the wrong time for him.
Mm-hmm.
His dad was ill as he was making it, and then he passed just before he finished it.
Right.
So I don't blame Duncan Jones in any way for this film. If anything, I don't know what production company made this film.
I'm willing to bet it was Sony.
If it was Sony, then fuck Sony. I'm so fucking sick of Sony. Right, I'm sorry. That was a bit ranty.
It's okay, I understand.
Iwan, go on.
Right.
Let's see your top 10.
Right, so this is where I feel like Lewis might be upset, because my top of my bottom 10 is Edge of 17.
Ooh, what is Edge of
I
17?
heartily disagree with you there, Iwan.
It's this chick flick. What was the thing before we went into a cinema with one other couple? Just us two and another couple.
Oh yeah, we did look really gay.
I think it was
though, guys.
the ultimate teen chick flick or something. I don't know.
It was wild teen. It had the word wild in it.
Yeah.
I have not even heard of this film.
You know what? I thought I was going to hate it more than I did. It wasn't that bad. And I've only put it here because I was running out of films to put there.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy it up until the end, when they dragged out the main part of the film, and then they concluded it with about 3 minutes worth of film, I think. And it's about this girl basically who who's like lots of shit happens to her dad. Does her dad die?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then her friend goes off with her friend gets into a relationship with her brother, but that's her only friend, and then they stop talking and stuff. So yeah. Anyway,
Right.
she gets really depressed and she wants to kill herself.
Oh, that sounds fun.
And it's pretty dark. And then within about 4 minutes, it's all okay again, and she's back in her happy old self that never was. It did make me laugh at one point at the very beginning. There was a joke that made me laugh, but I mean, I think it's just the ending that fucked me over. It annoyed me how quick it resolved itself. There should have been more repercussions than there were. So
Alright.
I'm afraid that's at the top of my bottom 10.
I've got nothing to add to that because I didn't realise that was a film that had been released this year.
After this one might be controversial because I have Ghostbusters here.
Oh, I forgot to put Ghostbusters in my list.
I did notice that when you were reading your list out, Dan. But
fuck.
I think you and I
X-Men didn't deserve to be in there. Alright.
This film, I shouldn't have hated it. It should have been an okay film. If they were going to reboot it, they could have done it well, and it could have been good. But this isn't me being sexist. But why a basically all-female lead? It's at this time when everyone's trying to get past like sexism and pro-feminism and stuff like this, and it's just thrown in your face through the whole film.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't stand it. I don't hate the actresses. Sorry, actors.
I thought you were going to say I don't hate women.
I don't hate women. I don't.
I don't believe you there, Iwan. I think you fucking can't stand women. I think you're the biggest sexist
so far,
I know.
you've got 2 female lead roles films on your worst list.
Wait for the next one. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. They could have done it so much better, and I think I was just disappointed with this film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
After this, I had Nerve, and this is because I watched it twice, and this is the only film ever I've fallen asleep in. So therefore, it's in my bottom 10. I've never fallen asleep in a film in the cinema before.
I'm going to be honest, guys, right? This hurts me to say. I fell asleep in Muppets Christmas Carol last week.
Oh my god.
I know.
Speechless, Dan.
I'm very sorry.
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Stop the
I'm so
podcast.
Yeah, Nerve. I just didn't put it in either of my lists.
Yeah, same with me.
I thought it was one of the most average films I saw this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like there was way too much going on in that film, and I liked it to begin with, and it was a good concept, but it was way too
I feel like
complicated.
if I had seen it twice, it would probably be in my bottom 10 as well.
I think the only thing that made me... I would put it more towards worst than best.
Yeah, definitely.
But the only thing that makes that happen is Casey Neistat. Because I don't like Casey Neistat.
All right, Dan.
Why is he in the film?
I don't know, Dan, because I don't know who he is. So.
Oh, he's a YouTuber. He's like a vlogger.
Oh, no, I remember you telling
he's
me
that guy
about
with
this.
the dumb glasses.
Yeah.
He buys like £150 Ray-Bans and then spray paints them and then chips off the paint.
Okay.
He's a fucking idiot.
Good tidbit there, Dan.
Right, so the next two I have ones you pretty much had covered. I've got Independence Day next,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then I've got Suicide Squad. After this, I've got The Purge election year.
Oh, I didn't see this.
We went to see it.
This film. I like horror films. I'm a bit of a geek when it comes to horror films, and I can enjoy even the shittest horror films. But the first Purge, I hated.
Oh yeah,
They
the
made a
first one's
second
terrible.
Purge. Why?
I didn't mind the second
I
one.
haven't seen the second one.
It's
I've
not
heard
terrible.
Good things about the second one, to be
It's
honest.
actually quite a good film.
This third one,
Yeah, no.
I would have walked out. I was ready to walk out of this. The end of it, I literally just predicted the next 5 scenes, I think.
Yeah, he just turned to me and just said, "This is going to happen, and this is going to happen, and this person's going to do this," and it was perfect. It was spot on.
Hang on. honest.
What did you say? You said exactly what happened. He said like the end scene is going to be this character watching a TV, and she's going to be on the TV getting elected. And that's exactly what happened in the last scene.
He's going to be in his shop doing this, fixing the shop, and then it was perfect word for word. I was just like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was so predictable, and it was such a bad film.
Yeah.
The acting wasn't good.
No.
The acting wasn't believable or good. They had girls in there who were about 12 who had blinged up shotguns, and they were driving
candy bar.
She was going. The premise of her attack. This was at least a 20 minutes plot in this film.
Yeah.
Like a subplot, and it was revolved around her getting a fucking candy bar that she didn't want to fucking pay for.
Yeah, she tried to steal it before the purge, and then during the purge, she came back to kill the shopkeeper to get a candy bar.
with a blinged up shotgun, and she was driving a car. She just killed her mum and dad.
Oh yeah, she killed her parents.
She killed her parents before she left.
As you do, because like all people who want to steal chocolate are actually psychopaths who want to kill their parents.
But what's she gonna do now? She doesn't have any parents or a house or anything. Good thing she gets killed.
Yeah, she turns up in this car that's got like fairy lights all across the window. But when I say fairy lights, I mean completely across the windscreen. You couldn't fucking see anything out of this car, could you?
It's around the whole car.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
I did enjoy watching her die though.
Yeah, she gets mowed down by a van. That was a good bit.
That sounds pretty good.
Right, after this, I have Passengers. Mm-hmm. This film was dull.
Yeah.
It was dull and boring. Yeah. And the reason it's so low down is because of the physics. The physics have pissed me off, and I wasn't going to put it in my bottom 10, but that fucked it over for me. I was pissed off with this film. If he's flying that fucking fast, going out of there, throw it. What did he have? A dustbin lid or something like that?
He had a door.
Yeah, I think
a
it
door.
was a door. Yeah.
Throwing a door isn't going to send him back towards the bloody shit. It's just going to slow him down.
Yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen Passengers,
don't.
The end bit that Iwan's talking about, Chris Pratt gets like projected out of the spaceship, and he just gets shot into space, and then he's going towards the engine, and he's about to die, but then he like slows down, which doesn't happen when you're in space because there's no air to slow you down. You just keep going at a constant speed. Then he throws the door that he has into the engine, and that somehow propels him back.
Which is complete bullshit.
Yeah, Iwan was very not happy with that.
I hated all the physics in this film. Everything about it. You deserve to fucking be there. I hated it.
Alright,
next. Next, I have Hardcore Henry.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't love a bit of motion sickness?
Yeah.
I just can't. No. This film was dumb.
It's so bad.
It's the story wasn't.
There wasn't the story. Like,
I did enjoy the story.
No, the story. There was a story. I remember, like, there was a man who had lots of different forms.
Yeah, I did like him.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember the story. I remember thinking it almost makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he only had different forms though, because I'm pretty sure the director changed what he wanted his character to be halfway through, and then he was like, "Oh no, I need like an actual reason to do this because we've shot this much already." I feel like that's the only reason that's there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I've got Batman vs Superman. I didn't see this in the cinema actually.
Did you not?
No.
Who did I see this with? Did I see it with
wasn't
you?
with me.
Who the fuck did I see? Oh, it was with Dill.
Yeah. So I watched it when it came out on Sky. I think I must have watched it on.
Right.
Sorry, product placement there.
No.
Don't buy Sky.
We're sponsored by Sky.
I wish I was sponsored by Sky.
We're not sponsored by anyone.
I gotta find completely legal ways of watching my shows without Sky.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Such legal ways.
Yes.
Yeah,
What
Batman v
number are we on
Superman.
now?
And then this was number 9.
Number 9.
Guess what the next one is?
Warcraft.
Number 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
What the fuck was this film? It was a Dan has said it all. It's just horrendous. I'm not the same as you. I'm not good at following films. I'm not good, am I? You know I'm not good at following films.
He didn't understand Fantastic Beasts the first time round.
I swear to God, I had to watch Lord of the Rings at least
Well, to be fair,
150 times.
That is a bit more complicated.
Exactly. Game of Thrones I had to watch with a fucking list of characters because I didn't know who anyone was.
See,
This film...
I feel like Warcraft tried to instantly do that. Like, it tried to be like, oh, look how confused you are because we got so many plot lines going on and you don't know what's happening because you're halfway through it.
The thing was, I came out of this film, like, my head was spinning. I didn't know what was going on with this film. But I came out thinking, fuck, what if they totally understood this and loved this film? Because this happens to me. And then you both came out, you were like, what the fuck was that? I was like, oh, thank fuck. I didn't have a clue what was going on in that film. So yeah, that tops off my list. Lewis, over
Lewis.
to you.
Right.
Let's see yours.
All of my films you've already said.
Alright, cool.
They're just in a slightly different order.
Alright.
So my number 10 is Hardcore Henry. For the same reasons. I remember it being a compelling story. Don't quite remember what happened. I remember feeling very sick and people leaving the cinema.
So, because like our 10s,
Mm-hmm.
they were more like, oh, this wasn't bad, I needed it. And
Yeah,
to
definitely.
round out the 10.
My
Is that
first
what you put there for?
Oh,
My
was your
first
10 that
role.
the bottom one?
10. I'm going 10 is the least
Yeah,
worst. and
you
then
and you've
one
done
is
it.
the
You've done it
worst.
the opposite way around to me and Lewis.
It's alright.
Yeah, but I did it.
It's
I did
fine
it in
though.
the same
It's
order.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah. So my
No,
one
it's fine.
one is the worst. 10 is the least worst.
Yeah.
Right. So that's Hardcore Henry. Next, I had X-Men. I didn't like it. I thought
Fair.
I was expecting more from it, and it just didn't quite deliver what I wanted. It was overly violent for an X-Men film.
If anyone's here from the radio show that I do with Dylan and Dan, then you'll know our opinions on the 12A rating at the moment.
Oh yeah.
It's completely absurd, this rating. And the amount of films I've seen this year that just completely abuse the higher end of that spectrum of violence, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And this is one of the worst for it.
Yeah. Right. I'll move on to the next one is Suicide Squad. I
Right.
was debating switching Suicide Squad with X-Men, and then I was just trying to think of something that I enjoyed from Suicide Squad. I couldn't quite do it. And I was trying to think of something I enjoyed from X-Men, and I couldn't quite do it. And I just realised all the action in Suicide Squad is either in really bad slow-mo that is just annoying, or it's just these nothing dummy characters
Yeah.
that aren't even
Yeah.
characters. And I thought in X-Men, at least, there's some slightly good fights between characters that are actually established. So that's why Suicide Squad is worse than X-Men, in my opinion.
Fair.
Next is Sausage Party. Dan pretty much covered this. I don't know why people like it, to be honest.
No.
It's just a dumb Seth Rogen movie with talking sausages,
I think
and they just make dick jokes.
Yeah. I think it's just the fact that it's animated.
Yeah, that's why people like it, because it's an animated film that is for adults.
Yeah.
Just go watch South Park,
Yeah.
Bigger, Longer, Uncut. That's a brilliant
That's fucking
film,
such a good film.
musical, comedy. It's the
It's
best.
so good.
Just watch that. And that's got brilliant political commentary as well.
Yeah.
With the censorship.
Yeah.
This
Oh, that was the other I forgot the other thing I
Yeah,
hated about this
that's-
film.
That's the thing you had an issue with.
Yeah. That political commentary is just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look. These religions aren't that much different.
Yeah.
Peace in the Middle East.
Yay.
What the fuck?
Social justice. Right. Next is Batman v Superman. you guys were talking about falling asleep during films. I nearly did. My eyes were feeling heavy during the Doomsday fight. That is because I was at the midnight premiere. I think I have spoken about this on the podcast. So go find that episode, how I got roped into seeing it this at midnight. So yeah, and I completely forgot the plot and I had to see it again because I didn't remember it. And I don't remember the plot now, so it really didn't matter. So yeah, it's not good. It had the potential to be probably the best film this year, and it did not deliver.
Yeah.
Next, Now You See Me Too.
Oh, you hated this more than me then?
I did. I really did not like this. As a fan of magic and all that good stuff, I did not like this film. I liked the first one. It was nice, self-contained, believable tricks. In this one, Jesse Eisenberg turns himself into water.
He does do that.
This one's just really unbelievable. Like everything in it, isn't it? It's not like sleight of hand anymore, is it?
It's just ridiculous. That scene where they're getting the computer chip out and they've attached it to a car.
Oh, that's all I was thinking of when you were talking about it before.
They're throwing it behind their backs and like getting it through metal scanners. Oh, it was.
Like I'd be pretty pissed off. Who's the one who is the card? The card thrower.
Oh, Dave Franco.
Yeah, Dave Franco. I'd be pissed off if I was him. Like in the film, like suddenly all the others are mastered throwing cards. He spent years and years doing it.
Yeah. As I was making this list, I had it lower down, and then I remembered Woody Harrelson's twin brother.
Oh god!
And I moved it straight up because that was by far the worst part of this film.
I completely forgot about it.
I forgot about him because I remembered him, and I was like, nope, this is going straight up there. Next, I did switch this one around. Independence Day, Resurgence, overly forgettable except for the annoying characters. I don't even remember who they were. I just remember getting very annoyed at them. The scientist. I'm sure there was other ones.
And that guy's mate,
Liam Hemsworth, friend.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't remember his name.
No, I don't care.
You hated him though. I remember you hated him a lot.
I hated the scientist the most. I'm sure there was a third one. Oh, it was Jeff Goldblum's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay, next is Purge. Election year. Iwan covered this very well, I think. Overly predictable. Just really dumb. It was the first Purge film I'd seen, because I didn't watch the other two. Because Iwan said he is a fan of horror movies. I'm not.
Yeah.
I just don't like that kind of thing.
It's fair.
Horror films.
Did I say movies? Sorry.
Because he's a bitch.
Films.
He's a little bitch, Iwan.
Can you stop?
He can't take horror films.
What
a girl!
No,
I can't take.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Films.
Politically incorrect, Dan. What a.
Iwan hates women.
Yeah. Leave it at that. Go on, Lewis.
Am I gonna carry on talking about the Purge?
Yeah, talk about the Purge.
Okay, I can take horror movies. One of my favorite films is The Shining, and that is pretty scary. It's not that I don't like horror films; it's that I don't like modern horror films. That is just jump scare, jump scare,
fair.
jump scare.
Jump scare.
Yeah, because I hate.
Lewis actually just jumped.
I did. This is why I hate jump scares, because I am awful at not jumping.
That was quite impressive, I'll be honest.
It wasn't impressive. It's not impressive. If you make me jump, that is not impressive. That's one of the easiest things you can do. I've watched films in the past where it all goes quiet. Jurassic World, that's what I was watching. They're hiding behind a car or something, and I was like, it's going to come. It's going to get them. It's going to be a really loud noise. Yeah, and I'm like, I sit there, I'm prepared, and then it happens, and I jump out of my seat.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not scared by it. My body is just jerked up. That's all you've made me do.
See, I know a lot of people that look like they say they love horror films.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, they'll list a load of films that are just jump scares.
Yeah.
It's like you don't really like horror films, then you just like jumping.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Why?
Just fucking
What's
buy a
the point?
pogo stick.
See, I watch The Shining, and I'm scared to be alone.
Yeah.
I watch the what's it called with
Woman
Daniel
in
Radcliffe?
Black.
Woman in Black. I don't care. I've just jumped a bit.
See,
Actually, no. In that one, you karate chopped. You jumped that
No,
much.
that's
He
because-
literally went.
That's because Iwan grabbed my leg,
Oh yeah.
and we
Forgot it.
and we were in a classroom, and I thought someone was grabbing my leg, and I was like, I don't want someone to be grabbing my leg, so I swung my arms out at him. That's not because
At
you
the same
scared
time
me.
as jumping.
You creeped me out because you were grabbing my leg. Right, we'll stop talking about my jumpiness. And we'll move on to my second pick, which is a bit controversial because it's Warcraft.
Why is this not your first pick?
Yes.
You disappoint me, Lewis.
There's my number one pick, and this one I debated because this was my number one, and I thought, you know what, no. Because every time I see a poster or a Blu-ray or a DVD, I laugh because of how much you hated it, Dan.
Because how much I hated it.
And I'm just like, that's funny because
I
Dan
can't-
hates that movie.
I can't
I
think.
love laughing
I
at
can't
that.
think of what film this is.
Warcraft. No, I'm talking about
Oh,
Warcraft.
Warcraft.
Oh,
Yeah.
right,
Because
okay.
you
Yeah.
said you.
Yeah,
you
I
said
thought you were talking about a
You said
different
you
one. I was
first.
like,
Sorry, no, yeah.
Yeah.
Warcraft was my number one until I realised that I laugh every time I see a poster or a DVD.
Oh, I see what
Right.
you mean.
So that's made it up to you.
So I
haven't it?
moved it down, and I moved Ghostbusters up.
Oh yeah.
Because thinking back on Ghostbusters, I hated it so much.
You really did.
I hated it much more than any of you did.
Why
Yeah.
did you hate it? Because as I was talking then, I couldn't remember why I hated it, apart from that whole... apart from the
didn't
fact I
hate
hate
it.
women, but...
Yeah, well, that is the main reason that I hate this film. Because I cannot stand women.
See,
They
this
are
is
the
why I didn't
worst.
have this on my list because I'm not a sexist pig, guys. You two disgust me. I don't want to do a podcast with you anymore. Especially you, Lewis. Didn't put Warcraft as your number one. What's wrong with you?
Get some women co-hosts in here, Dan.
Maybe
It's
I will.
It's a sausage party up in here.
Oh, pure shit.
Oh.
Are you saying that because you
Ooh.
hate how bad this podcast is? Because this podcast is a piece of shit film.
Yeah, if I had to do a list of the top 10 worst podcasts, this would be number one.
Would it be like number one on yours or number one on mine though?
On mine.
On yours.
So the worst.
Oh, well,
this
like-
is the worst podcast. Why is anyone listening to it? Oh wait, they aren't. Right. Okay. Jokes aside, I don't hate women. I'm not a sexist.
Me neither.
Ghostbusters. The worst films for me are bad comedies. I cannot deal with them because they're
Comedy's
not funny.
subjective, Lewis.
It is very subjective. It's why I can't sit through an episode of Big Bang Theory. It's why I can't watch any Melissa McCarthy films. I've heard she's done good ones. I don't care. I'm not watching it. I'm trying to think of a male comedian that I hate because I don't want to seem sexist. Come on, what's bad? Adam Sandler. I can't sit through an Adam Sandler film.
Yeah.
I sat through Pixels. I did not laugh once. I did not laugh once at Pixels. My sister dragged me to see that because she thought it looked good. And I said, yes, it does look good, but it's not going to be good. So yes, bad comedies are my least favourite kind of bad film. And this is a bad comedy. It's got some good effects, I suppose.
Has it?
I wouldn't say the effects are particularly good.
I like the proton packs. They
Alright,
were
okay,
updated
yeah.
in a proper way. The ghost didn't look good, no.
No.
Especially the end one. I did not like the cameos. I'm using air quotations because it wasn't a cameo. It was, look, here's Bill Murray. Look, here's Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. That's why I didn't like it. It just made me angry.
Hey, you know the best way to get the old Ghostbusters fans on board? Kill Bill Murray. It's the best way to do it.
No, I was
You know?
happy when he died because he wasn't in it anymore. Because they brought him back. He was in it for a shot, and I was like, fine, I guess you can get away with that. And then they brought him back.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why Ghostbusters is my least favourite film this year. And I'd also like to say, we haven't seen every film this year.
No.
We've not even seen half the films this year.
No. Have we
That's-
seen a quarter?
No, I've seen 17%.
I don't think we can... we've seen a lot of films this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like we don't try to see a lot of films.
Yeah.
It's that a lot of films are released.
Yeah.
We live in a place where not a lot of films, like even less films, are shown.
Yeah. Dan was desperate to see Neon Demon.
Yeah,
It was not showing it.
I still haven't got a chance to see that because
Mm-hmm.
these legal sites that I use, none of them have got it. Like, how the fuck haven't they got it yet? I think people just don't care enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's got bad reviews, so
All right.
who knows? But like Green Room, I had to like find other ways of watching that.
I haven't even seen it.
And they fucking showed the trailers. That's what pisses me off most. Our cinema shows the trailers to films they're not going to show. Terrible.
I think I started writing an email to Cineworld actually, and then I never sent it.
I have, because they've got a Facebook page. The amount of fucking messages I put on their Facebook page is ridiculous. Like, I hate to be one of those people that like, because you know that the people at Cineworld are just like, oh, this fucking guy. You know, like, I don't care. Like, I really don't care what this one guy thinks. But like, I had to do it. It's the first time I've ever been like, this is pissing me off that much.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, should we get into our best films of the year?
Yeah.
Hey, look, there it is. There's my draft. I started writing it. I knew I did.
Do you want to read a bit out of it, like a highlight?
Yeah, read out. Pull
finding
your
the
best quote.
now.
Hold on.
Oh, Yuan.
Is this going to be
You're
really
dramatically
underwhelming?
slowing down the podcast here.
Here we go.
Grinding to a halt.
As a new IMAX Cineworld has been built 3 miles away, it seemed hard to pass on the opportunity. Unfortunately, over the past few months, I have been slightly disappointed by the lack of film screenings.
Slightly.
Slightly disappointed.
Well, I didn't want to overemphasize it or anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to exaggerate.
I'm
I've been distraught by the lack of film screenings.
Oh my god! Right, my top 10. They were more difficult to sort out, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely.
I was surprised at the amount of good films that actually came out this year. Like looking back on it.
Yeah.
I'm going to give an honourable mention to. I forgot the name of the film. Doesn't matter.
It's not really. It's
Not
very
so
honourable then.
now, is it? Don't worry, Dan. You tried.
Fuck it. I had it written down and like I just took it off the list, so now I've completely forgot the name of it. Because if I don't have something directly in front of me, it doesn't exist. Right. At my number 10 slot, I've got The Accountant.
I
like this film.
Yeah.
It's a good film. I thought Ben Affleck was good.
Mm-hmm.
Bit of a weird ending.
Yeah, that's sort of why I nudged it out of my top 10.
Oh, spoilers for your top 10, you are.
Okay, The Accountant's not in my
not
top
in it.
10.
Accountant's not
Sorry,
there.
guys.
But other than that, like, I felt that the performances and like the story were good enough to sort of
Yeah, they
cancel
were good
out,
and they
cancel
were
out
believable.
the
The
strange
performances
ending.
as well, yeah.
I thought this film was reviewed a bit better than it actually was for some reason. Like, some people didn't seem to like it very much. Maybe it's Ben Affleck. Maybe it's not. Who knows? It might be Anna Kendrick. Actually, now I come to think of it, because I wasn't a massive fan of her in this. I'm not usually a massive fan of Anna Kendrick. Like, I don't mind Pitch Perfect.
Yeah.
It's a guilty pleasure. But
It's pretty good.
It's not guilty.
No, Dan.
I'm proud of it.
yeah, but she's I can't tell whether she's a good actress or not.
Yeah.
She's a strange one. But yeah, I really like the film overall. I thought it was pretty decent.
DC.
DC.
Bringing that. That's a.
Bringing it
call
back.
Go watch. Is it even last week's episode? The week
No, it's
before?
2 weeks ago.
Go watch. Go listen to that.
Yeah.
Dan just clicked and pointed to us. You didn't see that.
I wish I was as cool as he was, Lewis.
I was struggling between 9 and 8
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, oh, they both deserve. They're like equal. they got equal footing on this list. But no, they don't have equal footing, turns out, because I actually chose one over the other.
Oh, okay.
Jungle Book is at number 9 for me.
Yeah, I did consider putting it on my top 10 list. It would have been an honourable mention, though.
Yeah.
Spoilers for mine. It's not on there.
It's some of the best CGI. Like,
it is very
ever.
good, yes.
It's got to be said. I don't know whether it's quite as good as Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
But it's a remarkable feat
Mm-hmm.
that that they managed to pull off with it. It's a bit of a strange one because it should really be classed as an animated film, but because there's one live action character in it.
Yeah.
They're like, well,
It's live action.
It's technically a live action film. The best part of the film is Christopher Walken.
Ooh-be-doo.
I'm the king of the swingers. Oh, it's fucking brilliant. Like, that's the sole reason it's on this list. I fucking love Christopher Walken in this film.
What I don't like about this film, I find it difficult to watch again.
Yeah, I don't
Because
think I'd be able to watch it again.
It was on the other day, and I was thinking, I'd rather just watch the original.
Yeah, that's why I don't like it. It has no reason to exist. I'll just watch the original. I
don't think I'd prefer to watch it to the original. I think this is better than the original.
Ooh.
When was the last time you watched the original?
Before this one came out.
How cohesive is that story?
It's not very cohesive at all. But it's got likable characters in it.
So does this.
It does.
Bill Murray
is pretty good as Baloo.
I struggle, like, I get to about a third of the way through the original, and I just struggle to keep watching it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a tedious film.
But the thing is, though, Disney are doing it with everything now.
Yeah.
Like Beauty and the Beast is coming next year.
Like, it's a bad trendsetter.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to like it, because I don't want to support it, because I don't want them to make any more.
I understand you with that.
Because I knew if I supported this, then Lion King would get a remake. But that's already happening.
Yeah.
So I guess all bets are off, and I can talk about how much I like
Well,
Jungle Book.
You know what, Lewis, right? You paid with your ticket. That's what you've...
I dug the grave.
It doesn't matter whether you like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
You've told them, I like this film, by paying to see it.
Not for listening to this.
Well, no, because like Disney will just they love us anyway because
we work for
we're on their payroll.
Sorry.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Obviously, I have to say good things about this film because we work for them.
I have to say that I don't really like it, but I kind of do, just to get a tiny bit of conflict.
Exactly. I thought it's so much better than the original. Like, if you look back on it, personally, I think there's no competition between which is better.
Alright, I'll disagree with you.
Maybe I just don't have quite as much nostalgia for the original.
Yeah, I think that's probably the main thing for me. I haven't watched it for a while, but
I know
will be a big thing.
My brother loves the original. Like, he used to watch it all the time. I didn't. Like, I think when I was younger, I was like, I don't want to be anything like my brother. So, like, I did completely the opposite to what my brother did all the time. Not because my brother's a bad person. I love my brother, but I just wanted to be.
That's cute.
I wanted to be different. I wanted to be different to him. So, I didn't watch most of the stuff that he watched. And Jungle Book.
Be like you.
I didn't want to be like him. So yeah, I think this does deserve to be on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Don't care what you think, Lewis.
It's alright, Dan. You do you.
At my number 8 though, fuck, I love this film. It's Star Trek Beyond.
Yeah, I didn't.
Star Trek Beyond.
He did.
It was madness.
Point.
You know that madness song. One step beyond.
You missed that, but he pointed at the air that time and wiggled his hands up and down.
He did a little dance.
Star
It
Trek
was
Beyond
brilliant.
is by far the best in this recent reboot of the Star Trek franchise. It has the best character development in it. It feels most like a Star Trek episode.
Yeah.
You sort of you can completely skip into darkness as well, which is good because that means that people can actually like just skip over that bad film. I don't know what to say about it really. It feels like you're just dropping in to the middle of their adventure, and it's a fun romp from start to end.
Yeah, it's a really fun film, and
Yeah.
You didn't have you not seen this film?
No, I missed it because I was in America.
You should watch this film.
You should watch it.
Yeah.
A good film. Good film.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
That's why it's number
8.
yes. No, yes, 8.
Same place as 9. Spoilers.
Oh,
I keep doing the
you're
clip
giving
and
your
point.
list away, Ewan. Everyone knows now.
Well, I'll move on to one we've all seen then.
Mhm.
Star Wars Rogue One.
Rogue One.
It was not as high up as I thought it would be.
No.
I thought after the other week when we first saw it, I was like, after we saw it the second time,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is my best of the year. This is
Yeah.
hands down the best of the year. And then I looked up films that came out this year, and I was like, no, it's not. It's not really near. But no, it is really good to be fair.
It
Yeah.
is.
We've said it. Just go back and listen to a couple of weeks ago to hear all you need to hear about this film, because we fucking went on about this film.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, it's just that third act.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
more do I need to say? Like, that third act is incredible. First one is not great.
No,
And
it's
then
not great at all.
it's
I'm
not.
thinking about it,
It's like the stuff with Saw Gerrera is just weird.
and it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
It doesn't matter at all. You could completely shift around that, but then the third act does more than make up for it.
Mm-hmm.
So hence why it's number 7 slot on my list. Number 6, we got Green Room. Either of you seen it?
Yeah, I said before, I've seen like the first
Yes.
half an hour.
Yeah, you've seen the first
I
half.
haven't.
Right, I fucking love this film. I watched it because, as we were saying, this is one of the ones I wanted to watch in our local cinema. They didn't show it, so I watched it when it finally came online.
Legally.
Legally, yeah.
Totally.
Well, I am going to pick this one up on Blu-ray because, like, I will happily pay for films that
Yeah.
I actually like. Yeah, this is a brilliant. Like, it's kind of a horror, but it's more of a thriller, but it's quite a gory thriller. Anton Yelchin's the star of it. I watched it just after he passed, and like, Jesus, he's a fucking good actor.
Yeah.
I forgot he died this year and all, didn't he?
Yeah. In like a horrific way.
Yeah, that was not nice at all. Yeah, he's brilliant in this film. Patrick Stewart's fucking. I never thought I would watch a film where I hated Patrick Stewart. Not hated his performance, hated him as a character.
Right.
It's weird seeing Professor X as a neo-Nazi. But it's so good. It's absurdly good how good. Like, there's part when like some horrible shit happens to Anthony Yelchin's arm, and it's disturbing as
I remember you
fuck.
telling me about that scene.
It's absolutely horrific, and I was like, because I feel like I've been highly desensitized to gore with the amount of like just horrific films I've watched. I felt like hardcore Henry levels of sick at this one part. Oh, it's disturbing. It's so fucked up, but it's such a good film. Brilliant performances. Nice little indie film.
Mm-hmm.
5, Civil War. It's, I'd say, not to get into the categories and stuff, but probably best superhero film of the year. You didn't hear that from me, but best superhero film of the year, hands down. Spider-Man's introduction is probably what tipped this film over for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I forgot about that part actually. To be fair, thinking about it.
Spider-Man's brilliant in this. Like Tom Holland is absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
And it really showed in this. And I love the Cap and Iron Man fight at the end.
Yeah.
Like I heard a lot of people weren't too happy with like why it happens. Like they're like, oh, what a stupid reason to get them to fight. It's like, why? Like Tony Stark just found out that Bucky killed his mum and that Captain America was covering it up.
Yeah.
Why would he not be incredibly pissed off about that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think at that point, you've just found out who's killed your mum. You're not going to be that happy.
No.
Fucking people.
Mm-hmm.
Sick of people.
Yeah.
I wish there was just no people. Yeah, it's a brilliant film. 4, 10 Cloverfield Lane. You guys see this yet?
I haven't seen this one.
I don't want to spoil my top 10 list.
Alright. I take it that means it's on your top 10
Yeah.
list. Oh, fucking hell, I love this film.
Mm-hmm.
Like, start to nearly finish, this film is absolutely incredible. The entire, I think he could have done without the ending. I think she could have opened the door to the bunker and then just cut to finish.
Yeah.
With not knowing what was outside.
Or if there even was anything outside.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause my God, John Goodman is creepy as fuck in this film.
Yeah.
Oh, it's absolutely, like, the acting in this is probably the best acting I've seen in any film theatre. Like, especially from John Goodman. It's fucking brilliant. Fucking brilliant it is. Number 3, I got Nice Guys.
Mm-hmm.
Really like this. Good buddy comedy film.
It is.
Yeah.
I think it's the first really good buddy comedy film for a long time.
It's all coming back to me now. Before this, I had no recollection of it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Which is really bad because it was a really, really good film.
It was a great film. Ryan Gosling's great. Russell Crowe's great. Like, I like that Russell Crowe is not taking himself super seriously.
Yeah.
Because he needed to lighten up about everything. And he did it with this film. Midnight Special is my number 2. Did you guys see Midnight Special?
I didn't see that one.
No.
This film is amazing. I would highly recommend it. It's like a high concept sci-fi indie film. Because I'm so pretentious, you know.
Yeah, you are very pretentious.
I bet he's going to point again now as well. Oh, there it is.
It is.
Yeah, it's hard to describe what the film's about. Because, like, it's sort of... There's this lad that's got some sort of power, but you're not sure what it is. And it sort of just throws you into the film without telling you anything. You're sort of halfway through a story, but it's not like Warcraft, where there's, like, so much going on that you're like...
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm meant to be following here. And it actually explains what's going on as you get through it, but like it does it in like sort of layers. It's brilliant. Michael Shannon is in it, and he's great. I think everything I've seen him in, he's been really good. Even in Man of Steel, he's the best part of Man of Steel. Yeah, I would highly recommend this film. I absolutely adored it. And my number 1, get to be even more pretentious now. Hunt for the Wilder People was an indie comedy released by Taika Waititi, a New Zealand director who's directing the next Thor film. Fucking hell, this film is absolutely brilliant. I only watched it the other day because I was like, I've heard really good things about this film, and I want to know whether it's worth putting on the top 10 list.
Yeah.
And fuck yes, it's worth putting on the 10 list. It's the best one. It's the best film I've seen all year by far. I don't know what it is about like New Zealand and Australian comedy, but I love it. Like, it's just so deadpan. And this film, like, because I haven't seen a really good comedy film for a long time. Like, what was the last good comedy film you've seen?
Nice Guys.
Oh yeah.
I'd say, yeah, but it's still like a cop film.
Yeah,
First,
yeah,
like a
I
detective
understand
film
it's-
first and
it's-
foremost.
it's
Like
not
this is
comedy first. Yeah.
this is a comedy first, definitely.
Mhm.
The last good comedy film I saw was What We Do in the Shadows, also a New Zealand film by Taika Waititi. He does comedy so well. I'm pretty sure he had something to do with Flight of the Conchords. Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. I'd highly recommend it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ewan?
Iwan's
Yeah.
up next.
Okay, so
Oh, I finished my drink and I didn't realise.
this is going to be quite a controversial one that I've got for my number 10, but I felt like I needed a horror film on there. So my first one on the bottom of my top 10 is The Conjuring 2, which you know
Right.
what? I didn't actually love it, but I liked the first one.
Right.
And I think because if I hadn't seen the first one, I don't think I would have liked the second one as much as I do.
Yeah.
And I sat in the cinema, and because horror films these days, like Lewis says, they're all jump scares. And while this does have a lot of, it has a few jump scares in, but it's good. Like the first one, it's the same sort of thing. It's really good at building suspense, and that's what I like about it. The acting is good. They've brought the same characters from last time, and it's nothing like. Did you ever watch Annabelle, which was a
No.
spin-off from the first Conjuring?
Yeah, I heard only terrible
Fucking
things about that
horrendous.
film.
I swear to God, it's one of the worst films I've seen. Well, it's not, but you know,
It's no Warcraft,
bad.
is it?
It's no Warcraft. Yeah, so I put that on there. Next one I've got was War Dogs, actually. I put down.
I haven't seen either of these films.
Have you not seen War Dogs?
No.
Yeah, we went to see it, me and Iwan, yeah.
I quite enjoyed this film, actually.
I did enjoy it as well.
I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did, because I didn't really know a lot about it when we went into it.
No.
But there were a lot of really feel-good moments in this film, and it's based on a true story as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is, yeah.
And I think you could tell that they tried to keep it quite true to the plot, quite true to the real life story, but they'd made it was funny, it had good humour in it, and I really enjoyed it, to be fair. So I've put it for number 9 on my list.
Nice.
Do you have anything to say about that film?
Yeah, I didn't have many problems with it, to be honest. Jonah Hill's laugh was very annoying. I remember it dragging. I can't remember if it was the end or in the middle. I did feel a bit bored.
I think it was towards the end of the second act it became quite draggy.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, when I was looking at all the films I'd seen, it was on the higher end of the average films that I'd seen this year.
I the only thing I know about this film is that Jonah Hill is possibly the biggest he's ever been in this film. Like, I've seen
He
the
is
trailers
quite
for
large.
it, and he's like, he's never been a slim man. But fucking hell.
No, he's become quite big for this film.
Yeah.
Then at number 8, like I said before, I've got Star Trek, which I did confuse somehow earlier with fucking Independence Day, but that was nothing to do with the characters or anything. It was just the names that confused me.
How was it the names?
I don't know. I forgot what the desk was called. Why are you asking me? Yeah, so yeah, I really enjoyed that film, but I mean, I said that all before. After that, I didn't know what I'd written then. I've written Fancy Beasts, but I think that must be for Fantastic Beasts.
Fancy Beasts.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this, to be fair. I mean, I've watched it twice now,
Yeah.
and I think for me it's just the whole nostalgia of however many years it is, 11 years of Harry Potter films, is it probably?
Oh, it's probably more than that. When did the first one come out? To 2001?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it was the same year.
15
as
years.
Fellowship.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think it's just the nostalgia for that, and
See, I don't think it is, because I liked Fantastic Beasts, and I did not like Harry Potter.
Oh no, I was gonna say I enjoyed.
And I barely felt any nostalgia really because it's so self-contained
Yeah.
and not
It
relying
wasn't.
on references.
Well, no, but they were tiny. They were tiny little bits.
Yeah,
The
I know
little
where you're
bits
coming
that
from, yeah.
made you sort of think, oh, I remember because they did it in a new way, and the little bits that made you feel like you felt when you were watching the Harry Potter films. Obviously, I was a lot younger,
Yeah.
and I didn't see them for what they truly were, especially the really old ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it just brought back a lot of nice memories, and I really enjoyed the film as well. I think it's probably my favourite Harry Potter film, to be honest.
Yeah.
Or favourite Harry Potter universe film.
Mm-hmm.
So
because Harry Potter's not in it.
yeah, because there's no fucking Daniel Radcliffe in this one.
Nice one.
Sorry, just dropped a pen.
After this, I had Captain America, because same reasons you said.
Yeah.
It was just a good film. And I totally forgot about Spider-Man as well. I think I probably would have swapped these round. I think I'd actually put this at number 4 now.
Right.
Because my next one after this, which you'll find controversial, is Deadpool. Which wasn't on your list at all.
It was not on my list. I found Deadpool I loved it when I first saw it. The second time we saw it, I did not love it as much. Because we saw it with Joe the second time. Do you remember going to this screening?
That was my third time. I saw it with 3 different people.
When we saw it with Joe, I don't know whether it's because the first time I saw it in IMAX, like the day of its release,
Yeah.
and the crowd was obviously like big comic book nerds and stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously they liked the character. The second time, like, the jokes did not land with anyone around us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, this is good for you.
That's right, yeah. No, I only saw it. The last time I saw it was in the cinema with, I don't know who it was with. It was after we'd seen it that opening night though, and that was the last time I've seen it. So I've only seen it twice.
Yeah.
But I just remember really enjoying it while I was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The jokes landed with me. I found them funny, even if it took me a couple of seconds before I clicked. And I laughed about 6 seconds after everyone else out loud. Everyone looked at me like, "What the fuck is he doing?" So
no, I definitely enjoyed it while I was there.
yeah.
I also watched it a few weeks ago with some of the people in my house, and I don't know. Some of it just didn't land quite as well.
Was that your family or just some random people in your house?
No, in the house in Cardiff.
Your house in Cardiff.
Wouldn't
I see what
watch
you
it
mean
with
now.
my family.
Although when I was going to America, it was on the plane, on the TVs in the plane, and there was a little kid, no older than 5, was watching this next to his mother, and she didn't notice.
Oh
I was watching it through the crack in my seat, and I was like, she's gonna notice now because they're doing anal right now. She's gonna notice. And she didn't notice. What a horrific parent. Didn't notice what her 5-year-old child was watching.
Oh my god. Yeah, but at 5, you don't know that. He wouldn't have known, would he?
He must have a slight idea.
Right, what was
Anyway, my next one is... See, I put this down. Oh, sorry, I'm still ill. I put this down, and I'm not sure. I think I probably moved this lower down now, thinking about it. But my next one is Doctor Strange, and I don't know. I think I'll leave it where it is. I did like this film, and I think I liked it because it was so far away from everything else in the Marvel universe at the moment, and I think the whole sort of, what's the word, like how it looks and stuff.
Cinematography.
Yeah, that's the one. I love that with
Got
it.
you back, don't worry.
Thanks. It's been a long day. Yeah, and I mean, I like the story, and I like Benedict Cumberbatch, so I enjoyed this film quite a lot, so I've put it quite high up on my list. And after this, I've got Rogue One, which is a lot higher up than you had it.
Yeah, what number is this now?
Number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah.
I probably should have put it higher up, to be honest, but I don't know.
See, I feel like it doesn't deserve to be as low down as you've got it. I disagree with you on that.
I
but then I don't know some of the
'cause
films.
we haven't seen
on
some
your
of the
top
top
10,
10.
so
I don't think it should be as low down as it is. But when I was going over my top 10, it's just that it's not that it's like not worthy of being in like the top 5. It's that other films are more.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean, like there's films. The tough part of this for me was like I shouldn't be comparing some tiny little indie film
Yeah.
to Star Wars,
Yeah.
but I had to. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much just that third act that has it all the way up there for me. Just, in fact, it was probably just that Darth Vader scene at the end that's got it so high up.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that, I'm not convinced it would be on my top 10. It's just that scene. I love that scene so much.
Iwan, don't choke on your ambitions.
Aha. That's the pun he said.
I know.
After he choked the guy.
Go on, Iwan.
Right, what have I got next? Right, I've got Nice Guys next, and this is because I changed everything around before, and this knocked out The Accountant.
We just. Oh yeah, you completely redid your list. Didn't you?
Yeah, well, I didn't completely redo it. Just lots of stuff moved down, and that got put up to the top. And it's all gradually coming back to me now, and I'm remembering that final scene where they're on that bridge, or towards the near the end, where they're on the bridge. Yeah, so it's all coming back, and I really want to watch it again now.
Yeah,
which I don't say a lot about films. I don't say I'd make a point of watching this film again.
I just ordered
to
it
pick
on
this one up.
Blu-ray.
Yeah,
But
I probably will tonight.
because I haven't seen it for so long, and I'm forgetting bits of it, but I know I really enjoyed it. I want to watch it again. I remember the scene with the party.
When he falls off the balcony.
He falls off the balcony. Yeah. I need to watch this again. It's a funny film.
It is great.
Number 1, I don't know whether you watched this one, but I've got Allied down as my number 1.
I haven't seen this.
I watched it with you, yeah.
I loved this film. I really, really loved it. And I had no idea what it was about, really, going to see it. We turned up late as well.
Yeah, we
were
didn't
about,
miss anything, though, I don't think.
No, we were about 2 minutes late, I think. If that. Maybe 30 seconds.
Right.
But, yeah, it's probably one of the best films I've seen, like...
Is this the
in the
Brad
past
Pitt one?
It's the Brad Pitt one, yeah.
Yeah.
Where he's a spy and he married a spy, but maybe the spy is double crossing him. It's really interesting.
It was really, really interesting, and it went places that I didn't expect it to go with the plot, I think.
Right.
And it took risks, which, well, it took risks, I guess. And I liked it. I liked the twist at the end, and it was just a really, really, really good film. I recommend that you watch this one.
I will. Mm-hmm. There you go.
There we go. I've convinced someone, so that's good. Shall
All right.
we hand over to Lewis?
Let's
Yeah, well, that's a nice transition because my number 10 is also Allied.
Ah.
Yeah. I don't think I liked it quite as much as you did, but I did very much enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Iwan basically covered all bases on this. It's not predictable at all. You really are thinking, like, is she a German spy? No, she's not. She can't be. But is she? And I haven't done that in a film for a long time. Like, genuinely questioned the plot.
Yeah.
You're always like, yeah, well, this is going to happen. And in the case of The Purge, Iwan predicted the scene exactly as it played out.
There's one scene that's just coming back to me with this film, and I won't say what scene it is. Basically, they're expecting, or he's asking her to do something, and if she does it, then it means if she can't do it, then it means she's a spy.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, that's a really emotional scene.
And I was watching that scene, I was just like, oh my god, I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it so much.
Yeah.
But in the back of your mind, you're thinking she's not going to do it.
Yeah.
She's not going to do it.
It's
It's
good.
really good, that scene.
All right,
I'll give that
next
watch.
one. This is a bit of a controversial one because this was on Iwan's worst.
Oh,
Oh.
It was Edge of 17.
Oh.
I genuinely enjoyed this film.
really? I didn't hate it.
As chick flicks goes, this is probably, like the best one at the moment is like Mean Girls.
Yeah.
I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
Yeah.
I kind of love this film. It's not as like quotable or memeable as Mean Girls is. I guess I kind of like that about it.
Yeah.
It's got incredibly grounded and relatable characters. It's got some great humour that I liked. Ewan obviously didn't. He only liked one joke. It's got some emotional moments. It's emotional when it needs to be. It's funny when it needs to be. It's got relatable characters. You don't hate the main character. You can see why she's making the choices. You can kind of relate to it. And it is resolved a bit quickly, but I'm willing to forgive that because that's kind of how it plays out in real life. When I have a argument with my family, it doesn't last for very long.
Yeah.
It'll play out and then it will end because they're my family and I love them no matter what. And that's what this film is saying.
Cool.
So that's why I like Edge of 17.
Well, there's going to be some fighting in the
me and you.
Let's Talk Films office this
Yeah,
week.
We're gonna brawl it out.
I think the thing for me was I didn't really know anything about this film, but I was sort of hoping for something Juno-esque, like,
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
and it just didn't land in the same way that Juno did for me because I love that film so much.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is a great film.
I do like Juno.
But it was just totally not what I expected, and
Right.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't enjoy it that much.
Right. Next on my list, it's not on any of yours lists. I'm assuming that's because you probably didn't see it. Zootopia.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it now.
Yeah.
I've heard only good things though.
Yeah. Well, I have a little sister, so I have an excuse to go see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though
That's my thing with animated
Yeah.
kids films. Like, I've got no one.
you both have older siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, she was 13, I think, when we went to see this. So
Can still get away with it.
Yeah.
And she's a girl, so it's all right.
yeah. But it's very good. It's a good Disney film. What can I say?
Yeah.
It's got great social commentary, unlike Sausage Party. Because it covers the same bases as Sausage Party tries to.
Mm-hmm.
It's the whole race and the segregation and all that. Because in this, it's herbivores and carnivores. That's dinosaurs. What am I saying? What are they? Predators and prey. That's what they call them. What?
Just the way you mix them up.
I mix dinosaurs and animated characters
It's
all
like
the time.
It's like a fight against normal people and vegetarians.
Right. Okay. Yeah, Zootopia. It's because Sausage Party tries to get the race and religion kind of thing with the different foods.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for me. It might work for other people. I don't know, but it definitely didn't work for me. Zootopia handles it much better, and yeah, and it's a kids film, so even kids can understand it and relate to it and learn from it, which is it's a great way to introduce kids into the world they live in.
Cool.
Next is Fantastic Beasts. I think that's the same spot that you put it in, Iwan. 7.
No, mine's 6.
Wait, 10.
Oh no, sorry, it's 7.
Yeah, mine's 7.
Mine's 7 as well. I can't
Yeah.
count.
Yeah, Iwan covered it well, and I put a little bit in when Iwan was talking about it. It's a good film overall. It's got likable characters, it's got good humour, and it's got an easy to follow and enjoyable story/adventure.
Cool.
Next is Deadpool. I saw it 3 times because I saw it with you on opening night, and then my friend was like, "Oh, have you seen this?" Yes, I have, but I'll go see it again. Why not? And then Joe was like, "Can we go see it?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Why not?"
Yeah.
So I saw it 3 times, and yeah, the weeks after I saw it, and everyone was like going crazy about it. I was like, "Oh, well, yeah." it was getting old for me
Yeah.
because I had seen it 3 times and everyone was talking about it, and I watched it again through the crack in my chair as the young child was watching it on the plane. Yeah, but then when I was thinking about this list, I watched a couple clips and I really did like it.
Yeah.
So I decided it deserved a spot on this list.
Yeah. I feel like it is. I do like it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go over this again, but like, maybe I need to rewatch it. But
Yeah.
I just feel like there's a lot of dick jokes in there.
But they're
And
good ones. When he goes back and hits Colossus, and he's like,
That is a good.
Dad?
That is. It's a good joke. I do like, but I like that bit because it's like Monty Python, not because it's a dick joke.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I think that's probably why it left a bad taste in my mouth, because people were taking it not for the right reasons. They weren't laughing for the right reasons.
Yeah.
And that's, I guess, why I didn't like it the following weeks it was coming out. But I decided I did after watching some clips and making this list.
It's fair.
And I have bought it on Blu-ray, and I do now own it.
I think this film is making my point that comedy is very subjective.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. I've got Doctor Strange next.
I didn't think either of you would have Doctor Strange. Don't know why.
Really?
I just didn't. Carry on though. I'm just making a
We
statement.
haven't seen as many.
We haven't seen as many indie films
Yeah.
as you, so we've.
I'm
only
sorry
got
for
big
being so
budget
pretentious.
franchises.
It's
Yeah.
just who I am.
Well, that's what you come here for. Dan gets to get all his pretentious films out, and we'll just stick to the big budget franchises. Yeah, Iwan covered it again. It's just a Marvel film, and it's a good one.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch is very likable. I thought his American accent was going to grate on me, but it didn't.
Mhm.
It was great. It's a great film. How? Oh, I
Ha.
didn't even mean for that.
No, I think I need to watch this one again, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's like the first time I saw it, I did like it. I especially like the art direction in it is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like in the some of like the trippy bits,
Yeah.
proper some Steve Ditko art styles and stuff. But no, I think I need to rewatch this one.
Yeah, that is definitely why it's on here. Next up is Rogue One. For the same reason as you two, just the third act.
Yeah.
It's. I thought it was going to be number one, like
Yeah.
you said, after watching it, and then after considering it, it has got quite a few flaws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in the first act.
Because like, I initially was like, I can get over all of that, and I can get over all of that, but they are still there.
Yeah, and it did rely heavily on nostalgia.
Yeah.
Which it worked for me because I do have that nostalgia, and it did trick me into liking it with the nostalgia.
Yeah.
And then I saw a couple of reviews and they pointed out the nostalgia, and I was like, oh yeah, I've been tricked. I've been tricked into liking this.
But who cares if you've been tricked?
Yeah,
if you like it.
That's why it's on this list, because they did trick me, and I did like it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna buy it. and I enjoyed it, and I'm gonna watch it again, and I'm gonna enjoy it again.
Yeah.
So I don't care.
Do you know what I realised about this film? I was thinking about it the other day. It doesn't have the frame transitions. It doesn't have like
No,
the
no,
hypergraphs.
I was thinking about that. Yeah, all
it's
that's
a good
gone.
way of taking it away from that same universe, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got 10 Cloverfield Lane next.
I'll
Dan
need to
talked
watch
about this one.
It's really good.
It is really good. I watched it on the plane, so like in between watching the little kid watching it. No, it was on the flight back. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. John Goodman is brilliant.
Oh, he's so good.
It was really keeping me on the edge of my seat. And I just said about Allied that it's never made me question the outcome of a film.
Oh yeah.
But I was actually questioning the outcome of this film quite a lot, because it sets it up it's about this girl who gets in a car crash, and then she wakes up in a bunker with two other guys, and one guy who owns the bunker is like, there's been an attack, and you have to stay in this bunker with me. You cannot leave because you'll die. And the whole film is like, is there something outside? Was there an attack? Or is he lying to keep them here?
And he seems like proper unstable.
Yeah.
And like information keeps coming in that just constantly makes you flip flop on like whether he's telling the truth or not.
Oh, that sounds like my kind of film.
Oh, it's so good.
It is good, but like Dan said, the last shot you do find out what has happened.
Yeah.
And I think it would have been better just to leave it as an open end.
Initially, because obviously this came out, like it had a different title throughout its production.
Yeah.
And about, I think it was like 3 or even 2 months before its release, J.J. Abrams was like, surprise, it's a Cloverfield film.
Yeah.
And I think it would have been better being left as whatever it was before.
Yeah.
However, saying that, it definitely would not have got the kind of traction that it did.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a smart move.
Yeah.
Marketing from marketing.
So I guess they had to change the ending because it was technically a Cloverfield film. Whether the ending worked or not is up for debate. I would say it didn't. But if that's what needed to be added to get this film to more people, to a wider audience, I'm perfectly fine with it.
Yeah. It's on Sky, by the way. I'll be able to watch that one again. That's my plan for tonight.
What, at like 1 o'clock in the morning?
Well, what time is
it's
it now?
20 to 12.
So, I've got work till 1 tomorrow. It's fine.
Right. Number 2 is Civil War. I rewatched it today. It's brilliant. I was laughing. I was getting emotional. It just hits all bases. Yeah, I got Chick Flick as my number 8. So yeah, I'm
He's scared of horror films. He likes chick flicks.
And he gets emotional.
And he gets emotional.
Film.
All right, guys.
Well, this means I can't like you.
Well, we're bringing back.
Ewan's a sexist.
We're bringing back our segment. Let's bully Lewis.
Yeah, this was a theme in last week. So go listen to that if you want to hear them pick on me again.
Yeah, it's fun.
I believe it was also at the start of our very first podcast.
Probably.
Oh no, it must have been after Brandon left because we started off bullying him.
Oh yeah, Brandon was the victim.
Yeah.
And now I'm the victim.
How was Brandon the victim? Like, not. I understand we picked on Brandon, but I mean, out of all of us, Brandon should not have been the victim.
Oh well.
You're in our domain now, Brandon.
I doubt he still listens to this. Right, yeah, Civil War. It's great. Spider-Man is the best part, and Paul Rudd is.
Oh, I
is
forgot
hilarious.
about. I forgot about Giant Man.
Giant Man is so good. I think I laughed at everything Paul Rudd said.
He's so good.
He's really good. When he's shaking Captain America's hand. I'm shaking your hand too long. Oh, it's great. It's great. But it did not make me laugh as much as my number 1 pick, which is Nice Guys. It was a last minute switch. I had Civil War on top. Then I thought, nah, I much preferred Nice Guys. It's great. It is.
Yeah.
You two have already said enough, I think. I'm just nodding my head.
Yeah.
I can't describe how good it is.
Yeah, it's.
You're just gonna have to go and watch it.
Because I was thinking about it earlier, and I was like, does this deserve to be like even on the list? Because like, I don't know what it was, but I was struggling to like remember if it was good. Like I remember liking it, but I struggled to remember whether it was good.
Felt about it.
And now thinking back on it, like it's a really good film. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my best film of 2016.
Yeah.
Nice Guys.
All right. Well, there's our lists.
There's our list.
What are we doing now?
Well,
We were gonna put them into categories or something, but
yeah,
yeah,
we can still
gonna-
do that.
we're gonna still do that.
Well, how long have we been going?
We're about an hour and 40 minutes at the moment.
Have we got any more honourable mentions we want to talk about?
My dad will kill me if I don't mention this. If he listens to this, don't know if he does. But I didn't see it. He says Hell or High Water was his favourite film of the year.
Oh yeah.
I really wanted to see this film. I just
Yeah.
never got around to watching it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Apparently it's like a modern day western, which is incredibly good from what I hear. So
Speaking of,
yeah.
if you like Western films, I'd go and have a quick watch of, or a watch of how long the film is, of
Magnificent Seven.
Magnificent Seven. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not my kind of film, but I can see it being enjoyable
yeah.
for people who like that kind of film.
Yeah.
Did either of you two watch Deepwater Horizon or
No,
Girl on the Train?
I've heard good things about Deepwater Horizon.
I've heard really good things about that, and it looked really interesting as well.
Yeah.
It was about a good idea. Well, it wasn't really a good idea.
It was a true
Fucked up
story.
the ocean, didn't it? But
Yeah.
it wasn't a good idea at all. But I mean,
It was a really
good
bad idea.
good idea to make a film about it.
Yeah. I didn't see Girl on the Train. I heard very
Did I?
mixed reviews about that.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah.
look at reviews for that one.
Apparently the book's a lot better.
Yeah. It looked like it was supposed to be good,
Yeah.
but
I
Because
think,
it's
I
not
think
every-
most films
one
are
ran one
supposed
like
to
it
be
was supposed
good.
to be good.
no, you know, like
Yeah, I
like
get
an
what you
Oscar-
mean.
An Oscar
Yeah.
bait kind
Yeah.
of film.
Doesn't seem to be as many Oscar bait films this December
Yeah.
as there were in previous years.
Yeah.
Mm. Maybe it's
Yeah.
because we just haven't seen them.
Maybe.
Because we're just Marvel fanboys and we just watch Marvel films. That's all we
Speak
watch.
for yourself. I'm a pretentious asshole.
Yeah. I don't really have any honourable mentions.
Are we going to mention The Killing Joke?
Yeah. So
Second half of The Killing Joke.
I said before this, I want this to both be on my worst and my best list. The first 30 minutes are absolutely god awful. It's just a shit train. Like,
Mhm.
what the fuck's going on in that?
Yeah.
Why is Barbara Gordon getting with Batman?
Why is she the main character of The Killing Joke?
Yeah. But then it just does the Killing Joke beat for beat after that, and that's pretty good stuff.
Very good stuff.
Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy are
Mm-hmm.
brilliant as
Oh
always.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dan got me a real treat for Christmas. He got me the animated series figurines of Batman and Joker, which I was very happy with. Thank you, Dan.
No worries, Lewis. I thank you for the K2SO figures.
Yeah.
It's fucking brilliant. I thank you, Ewan, for the
Okay.
Boba Fett thing. Your present hasn't arrived yet.
It's alright, don't worry. I took 4 months to give you yours last time.
I was telling Lewis last week, I ordered a load of stuff on Amazon without realising that my Prime subscription had run out.
Oh no.
Like, half my stuff didn't turn up. Lewis was one of the lucky few.
I got mine on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I did want to mention Kung Fu Panda 3.
Oh yeah, I've heard really good things about this.
Yeah, it's got some really good moments. It's got some really Jack Black moments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did enjoy it. It didn't make it onto my top 10, but it's definitely an honourable mention.
I remember my honourable mention from earlier.
Oh, good.
It's Eddie the Eagle.
I was literally just about to mention that.
Yes.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, like, it's not a technically good film,
Mhm.
I'd say. Like, if you looked at it from a film critic point of view,
Yeah.
where it's like, these are the aspects you should look at for
Yeah.
whether a film's good or not,
Mhm.
I wouldn't say it's particularly good, but it's just such a nice film
Yeah,
to watch.
it's really feel good, isn't it?
Yeah, like, you just watch it and you feel so happy. Like,
It's got good reviews on Rotten Tomatoes as well.
Yeah.
It's 80% or something.
yeah,
I was looking earlier.
I think who is it? Taron Egerton, the lad from Kingsman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays Eddie. and he's brilliant. Like, it's just such. It is
It is.
like
It's
the
a
most
really
heartwarming
enjoyable
film
film, yeah.
I've seen for a long time. It was like the same year as Cool Runnings, the
yeah.
Olympics, and they reference it in the film. I quite like that. No, that was a good film. All right, should we do categories then?
Yeah, we can.
I don't know what.
Right.
Right,
What
I want
categories can we do?
I want a mediocre category, right?
All right.
Because there were many a mediocre film
What
this
have I got
year.
here?
Yeah, the most of the films I've seen I've marked as mediocre.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm going for.
Yeah, that's on my list.
That is both terrible and amazing at the same time. So it balances out to being mediocre.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because like it's just so ridiculous,
Mhm.
and that like you've got all the like cartoon
Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yeah, and then it's just bad at the
It
same
is
time.
really bad.
It's a really bad film.
I've got the BFG.
I
Yeah.
didn't see this. What was it like? Because I love the animated BFG.
It's nowhere near as good as the animated
No.
version.
That's what I was afraid of hearing.
Yeah,
It's got some good bits.
Yeah.
It's got some bad bits. It's just average.
yeah, it really is.
Mm-hmm.
Was this a Spielberg one?
It was a Spielberg one.
I think I've been on record on the podcast as saying I don't like Spielberg's family films,
Yeah.
and this really drove
It is.
that home.
I think it's
Yeah.
just the most family film he's done.
Yeah, it's not great, but that's what this category's for.
Yeah.
It's mediocre.
It's the mediocre category. We've already talked about Magnificent Seven.
Magnificent.
Magnificent.
Yeah. So that wasn't great then.
It wasn't great. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'd put X-Men in the mediocre category.
Yeah, it
Like,
wasn't my top.
I know it was on my
my
worst list,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'd still say it is mediocre more than anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Probably most of my bottom 10 would be in the mediocre thing though.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I watched Race.
I didn't see Race.
I watched it on the plane
Right.
to America. It was just, like based on a true story sport film.
Right.
That's basically what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it set out to be. That's what it was. I enjoyed it for what it was, but it wasn't one of my favorites.
What about Finding Dory? How did you guys find that one?
I have not seen it still.
Oh, haven't you?
No.
I have. Dory, she can't carry a film by herself.
No.
She needs Marlin and Nemo, and they're just not in it enough.
Right.
And even when they are, I just get annoyed.
Yeah.
Because Marlin's kind of like, I don't really like him in this.
No.
He's not a likable character.
It's like he's got a bloody that thing where you got two personalities.
Yeah.
What's that called?
Multiple personality disorder or schizophrenia.
Nah, there's another one, but I can't think what it's
Are
called.
you on about personalities or moods?
Moods, yeah.
Bipolar.
Bipolar, yeah. Well, same sort of thing.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no.
Say that to someone
They
with
are
bipolar.
separate
yeah.
disorders.
Well, then they might shout at me, or they might be really, really loud. You never know.
We should not be making fun
No.
of this.
No.
Sorry, guys. I hate
From
when
what
they
I
laugh.
hear, Jason Bourne was really mediocre.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen it
No, I didn't.
because it looked so mediocre that I couldn't be arsed seeing it.
Are we going to talk about all the films we didn't see?
No, let's
This'll
not
take
do
a
that.
while.
There's a lot of films we didn't see.
Yeah.
This isn't a mediocre one. I really, really want to see La La Land. It's not out over here yet.
Yeah,
That's-
I saw
But, like,
trailers for that one.
Yeah, the trailers for that really make me want to see it. Like, it's the director of Whiplash, and I absolutely adored Whiplash. Some more
Oh, yeah, J.K.
indie
Simmons.
stuff there.
J.K. Simmons in The Accountant. I like J.K. Simmons a lot.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in the
Yeah.
account.
Yeah.
His best roles in Whiplash.
Yeah.
Like, he's absolutely incredible in Whiplash.
He's the dad in Juno as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. I'm really excited for La La Land. Like, that looks
Yeah.
proper
Is
good.
J.K. Simmons in La La Land as well?
I don't think so.
No, I'm pretty sure I saw him in a trailer. I might be
Maybe
wrong.
he is. Maybe he is.
I might have made it up.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's the same director.
Mm.
I can't think of many other mediocre films that I've seen.
Well, I've just looked at mine, and we've either mentioned them or not worth mentioning.
Yeah. I had to put a lot of mine into my top and bottom 10, so...
Yeah, I've used most of
Well,
mine.
my
up.
bottom 10.
Alright, let's put them into the categories then.
Okay.
Let's go for superhero films first, because obviously like that's the big thing.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement that Civil War was the best.
Yeah.
one.
Civil War is by far the best. I'd put Doctor Strange after that.
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm. Yeah.
Deadpool.
That's what
Yeah.
I've got next on my top 10. After I moved stuff around again.
Yeah, I'm saying Deadpool next, and then X-Men. Are there any others?
Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
Batman
Squad,
v
yeah.
Superman.
Superman. Yeah, that's what I meant those. But are there any others than?
I don't think so. I think that's
Yeah.
it. I mean, 6 is quite a lot for one
Yeah.
year.
Well, yeah. I suppose.
When you think about it.
Yeah. So
they did pretty well.
Are we in agreement that Suicide Squad is better than Batman v Superman?
Yeah.
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 So that's our ranking then.
Yeah.
Civil War, Doctor Strange, Deadpool.
Yeah, I like Doctor Strange. I think because like I expected to like it a bit more than I did. Like
Right.
it's
Yeah.
not that I didn't like the film; it's that I was a bit disappointed.
Yeah, you
but
had really high hopes for it. I
yeah,
suppose.
yeah, I did. Like, I like that it's quite a bit different than the rest of the Marvel universe and stuff.
Yeah.
But maybe it's because it's like an origin story.
Yeah.
They have to set him up, and I think I think the films with Doctor Strange that follow this will be better than this.
Yeah, they probably will be.
Yeah. Because then they can do more with like the visuals.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
stuff
because
as
they'll
well.
have more power.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What would the next ranking be?
Next category.
Yeah. We go like sci-fi or something, or high budget sci-fi.
Yeah, sure. We can say Star Wars or Star Trek.
Is that the only two?
Well, what others?
Um,
What high budget sci-fi?
Hardcore Henry, was that sci-fi?
I wouldn't say that's sci-fi.
No.
Actually, I don't know, because like,
Would you say that's high budget?
no, it's not high budget.
No.
Oh, that fucking, the the grenade launcher explosion when he's in like the penthouse, and like I saw that explosion in the trailer,
Yeah.
and I was like, well, they're gonna fix that for the actual film, surely.
Nope.
Oh my god, it was terrible.
Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just the worst. That's the worst for me.
Yeah.
Right, it'd be the worst compared to Star Trek and Star Wars anyway.
Actually, let's do it. Instead of high budget sci-fi, let's do like blockbusters that aren't superhero films, because
Okay.
then we can put more together.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
So you'd have like Warcraft in that,
Mhm.
Ghostbusters. What else came out?
Independence Day.
Independence Day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be sci-fi anyway.
Oh yeah, we just glossed over that one.
All right, so out of them, I'd probably go Star Wars, Star Trek.
Mhm.
It comes down to which is the most awful out of these. Technically we've ranked them, but I didn't rank Ghostbusters. So for me, it's what's worse out of Ghostbusters and Independence Day.
You've also got Passengers there as well, probably.
Oh fuck
Oh,
yeah.
Which I'm afraid I'm going to have to put at the bottom. I think.
That's fair.
I really don't like this film at all.
I didn't even have it on my top 10 worst. It was just boring and it was nothing for me.
Yeah. All right, I'd go Star Wars, Star Trek, Ghostbusters.
I have to
Sorry.
heartily disagree.
I'm
but
sorry,
I'm going to
then.
let you go because this is your show.
Ghostbusters, Passengers, Independence Day, Warcraft. You
I mean,
go with your own ranking
that
because
could
like
be-
I understand how much you
that
hate
can be
Ghostbusters.
the Let's Talk Films official ranking.
No, we don't need official rankings, Lewis.
All right, okay. Well, I'd be the same, except I'll put Ghostbusters.
What were the
after
films again?
Warcraft.
So we got Warcraft, Ghostbusters, Passengers. What were the 4 Star Wars?
So you're getting tired, Lewis.
I am. It's past my bedtime.
And Star
It's
Trek.
bang on midnight.
Yeah, so I probably would have done Star Wars, Star Trek,
I didn't see Star
Oh
Trek.
shit!
So I can't
Fantastic
really-
Beasts.
Fantastic.
Which
That's a
is better out
blockbuster
of
as well.
Fantastic Beasts and Star Trek?
I had Fantastic Beasts higher than Star Trek, so
I'd probably have them
just
Star
about.
Trek and then Fantastic Beasts.
I didn't see Star Trek, so I can't say. And there's probably a load of other blockbusters we haven't seen.
Yeah.
And all
Yeah.
the people listening are like, "What about this one? Why aren't you talking about this one?"
Just what
we
you need to
haven't
do is
seen
just pause it and then insert name here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then-
I really liked.
Where you think it should be?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I don't know, but with those ones, I definitely have Passengers at the bottom. I can't deal with that film.
You hated Passengers more than Warcraft and Ghostbusters.
That's not in order. I was just writing down them.
No, you
Right,
said
no.
Passengers were at the
Yeah,
bottom.
you said
though,
it would be at the bottom.
And
Okay, but
Warcraft is on that list.
I don't know. You see, as someone who wants to study astrophysics, it's just it really fucks me off, the physics of this
Yeah.
film. And I get that it's sci-fi, but it's sci-fi that's based on the future.
Yeah.
Get it right.
I
The
think
Martians
it's-
fucking did it.
It's your list. You can put it wherever you want. You know.
No, it's gonna. I'm
put it at the
afraid. I'm
bottom if
afraid
you want.
Warcraft will have to be at the bottom.
See, that list
Yeah,
I find more
Passengers.
difficult than the worst list. I don't know why, but for some
Yeah.
reason putting them in order, even though most of them are in my worst list,
Yeah.
it's more difficult.
Well, I did it. I made the decision. Ghostbusters is my least favorite.
It's
It
fair.
made me angry.
I didn't
No,
mind
I'll put Warcraft
Ghostbusters.
at the
That's the
bottom.
thing. Like, I didn't hate it.
But you're not that big of a fan of the original.
No, I think that's overrated.
All right, Dan. Each to their own.
Pretentious.
Pretentious Dan.
Yeah, let's go to the pretentious category. No,
Oh,
I'm,
right,
not, I'm not
okay.
going to do that because it's only me.
Yeah.
What else is there? There's not really much else, is there?
No, I'd say
Well-
animated, but there isn't really.
Well, Lewis can do animated.
Yeah, you can do animated.
Right. Well, Zootopia was the only animated one on my top 10 list, so I'm going to say that was the best.
Yeah.
I've heard. I'm a fan of animation. Don't know if you guys know that. You probably do.
I had guessed.
But apparently there are some
I
decent.
think he might have been talking to the listeners then, not us.
I was talking to everyone listening
yeah.
to me right now.
I'm listening to him right now. Technically, I'm a listener.
Yeah, he's got his headphones.
I got
on.
the
He's got his
on.
pretentious headphones on.
Well, I'm
pretentious film list in front of him.
I'm going to be a little bit pretentious because I'm going to talk about some Japanese films.
Wait. Actually, I can't figure out what you're going to talk about. Are they like actual Japanese films?
Yeah, they've
Like
come out
anime?
this year. I've not seen them.
Is it anime?
They're anime, yeah.
Right. I thought you were going to go
Are
on
we
about,
talking like
Kubo.
Studio Ghibli and stuff?
I'm not sure what studio they're from. I've just heard them talked about,
Right.
and I'm like, I need to watch them. But
Mhm.
obviously, they came out this year, so I can't.
What's it called? Princess Monday.
That came out ages ago. That was actually
I've
that was
heard
like 2
of
years
that
ago.
one.
And there's one I can't remember what it's called now. It's bugging me. But yeah, it's a love story, but it's a body swap story as well.
Right.
So a girl wakes up in a boy's body, and a boy wakes up in a girl's body, and it's about their relationship or something like that. I don't know. I've only seen reviews briefly, and I haven't seen it because I can't see it
Yeah.
because it's in cinemas, and obviously our cinema doesn't show anything, let alone an obscure Japanese film. It's definitely not going to show that. So I'm going to have to wait for it to either be released on home video or on a streaming service that
Is
I'm-
legal.
I'm
Yeah.
a part of. Yeah, that is legal,
Yeah.
of course.
I
So, yeah.
if you're talking animation, Dylan has recommended Kubo and the Two Strings.
Oh yeah, I did. It looks really good.
Yeah, I really like from the first trailer. I really wanted to see that,
Yeah.
and like I just didn't get around.
The
to seeing
animation looks top notch.
it. It does.
But apparently the story is a bit lacking.
Right.
But I'm willing to pass that because of how beautiful
Yeah,
the
I mean,
animation
like
looks.
it's the same company that did Caroline and
Oh, that film. creeps me out a
Paranorman.
bit.
It does creep.
I don't
Yeah,
like Coraline.
It creeped me out like so.
It was like was it a PG or something?
Yeah, it's really disturbing for
I
like
was
the rating.
freaked out.
Yeah,
It was
it's
also.
like it's the bit when like they want to sew her eyes, like the buttons on her
Yeah.
eyes, isn't it? Like,
Did you ever go and see I think it was called The Hole?
yeah,
With
that
the
was
clown?
a 12A. Yeah,
That was a 12A. I was
That-
frightened out of my mind for
that
about
fucked
4
me
weeks.
up. That fucked me right up.
My mum was like, "Oh, it's alright. It's like Gremlins." I was like, "Is it fucking like Gremlins?" I'm fucking terrified.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was another anime one, The Beast and the Boy.
Right.
Apparently that's
I've heard
good.
the name.
I've not seen it because I can't see it unless it's out now, and I just don't know. I will see it because I'm waiting.
Okay, Lewis.
Okay.
I believe you.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you believe me. And I'm gonna watch Kubo and the Two Strings as well.
Mm.
I don't know if that's out.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get a hold of that somehow then. You already mentioned Kung Fu Panda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda has been pretty solid throughout.
They seem like films that should be terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they really do.
Yeah.
But they're
I've only seen the
actually pretty
first
good.
one.
The first
And
one is.
That was years ago.
Apparently, they
I
get
feel
better.
like- yeah, the first one is definitely the weakest.
Yeah.
That's not to say it's bad, but the second one explores the character a bit more, and the third one really dives into the relationships, and it's got some good relationships in there. Bryan Cranston plays Poe's real dad, and the relationship between his real dad and his adopted goose dad, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
For a kids film as well. I was very taken aback by this film. Of course, there's the obvious like Jack Black, I'm fat,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fat panda, and I eat a lot jokes. But I mean, I was willing to put up with those for the animation.
Yeah.
Like, I love the style of it because it's like Chinese sort of. There's a bit like, you know, when it goes back and it has a flashback, or when you're learning some history or something, it's in the drawing. It's 2D
Yeah.
in the style of in like classic Chinese style, and it's really really nice.
Cool.
Mhm. Yep.
But the question is, how does Bryan Cranston fight? Does he tickle people?
There is like oh no, that's not this one. Never mind. I was gonna say there's a bit where they tap different parts of the body and then that stuns them. I think that's the first one.
Yeah, that's the first one.
In this one they have chi. Was
Chi
it you?
blocking.
No, that was Joe making fun of chi. Never mind. I was thinking of a joke, inside joke, but
Right.
it's not anyone here except Iwan. Right. They get energy and they use it to save Poe at the end.
Right.
Which is a bit generic, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kung Fu Panda 3. That's good. Killing
Cool.
Joke we talked about.
Yeah.
It's yeah. It doesn't quite capture the art style of the comic, which I really like. But you know, it's there. It
Yeah.
is. It's basically the comic sort of brought to life, just less artsy. What else? Finding Dory we talked about. Oh, the short before Finding Dory is some of the most realistic animation I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Right.
It's Piper, it was called. They look like real birds,
Yeah.
and it looks like a real ocean and a real sand. It just looks amazing.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's everything I've seen
Alright.
animation-wise.
Because you were mentioning stuff from Japan,
Mm-hmm.
I really want to see Shin Godzilla, because it looks fucking insane.
I've not even heard about this.
It looks like the 2016 Godzilla, but like, because it's Toho,
Mm-hmm.
so it's the original studio,
Yeah.
and like every now and again they're like, we're just gonna do more Godzilla. It usually falls just after the Americans have made a Godzilla film, like after like the 90s Godzilla,
Yeah.
they released one,
Mm-hmm.
and it had their Godzilla killing the American Godzilla.
That's brilliant.
and like the American Godzilla that they had in it, like its name was like Fake Godzilla or some shit like that. That's what it translated
I love
into.
Japan.
But no, I really want to see Shin Godzilla because it's like obviously with it being the original studio, they've just got some guy in a suit again. but it looks like they've actually put some budget into it, and the acting looks like the most bland thing I've ever seen in my life. But it looks just so amazing. Like, I really want to see this film. And like the Godzilla looks absolutely absurd. It has the biggest fucking tail I've ever seen in my life. I love the Godzilla films though. Like, have you seen any of the old ones?
No, I've only seen clips.
There's a period between like the early 90s and the 70s when they didn't, because like the first one wasn't serious, but it was more serious than this period because they just went insane. Like there was like Mecha Godzilla.
Oh, I've seen Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah.
There's a great Dylan does a brilliant impression of the Godzilla dance where he just jumps up and he just goes it's absolutely phenomenal. I think it might have been Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla, but I can't be sure, right? Godzilla like jumps back, lands on his tail, and then like slides towards his enemy, like doing some sort of drop kick. It's absolutely brilliant.
I need to set aside a day to watch all Godzilla properties
They're
from
so
Japan.
good. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do indies because there's like 4, so it's not gonna take long.
Pretentious.
Well, you've seen this first one.
Good enough for this.
Lewis did his animation. Shut up, Iwan. You've seen the first one. It's the girl with all the gifts.
Oh yeah.
Pretty good film. I wouldn't say it's anything special.
Yeah.
But it's a nice take on the zombie genre.
Yeah.
That we haven't really seen before.
I wasn't a massive fan of the zombies. They just kind of clack their teeth.
Yeah, it's a weird. The problem with zombie films at the moment is like everyone needs to do it slightly differently. So you can't call them zombies, and they have to have a slightly different trait to what like a generic zombie would have.
Yeah, definitely.
This felt very like. Have either of you played The Last of Us?
I'm aware of it though.
Really, really good game. And like this felt like somewhat connected to it. I liked most of this film except for the ending. Yeah,
it was definitely a strange ending.
Yeah,
the ending was a bit of a weird one.
Yeah, like I didn't like that woman is just in that pod.
Yeah, teaching kids for the rest of her life.
How she survived
for
the rest of her life, like
long.
the next week, maybe.
Yeah, when she runs out of oxygen and suffocates.
Yeah, but overall, it's a pretty good film. Then I'd probably go with Green Room because it is a really good film. Like, I can't stress enough how much you guys should watch it. I think I'd put 10 Cloverfield Lane into the indie category, like kind of. I know it's technically studio production.
Yeah.
But I'd say it's small budget enough, and like the way that they use the sets, because I feel like indie's sort of broadening now to be what it's like in music, whereas the indie music genre, it's more the style rather than like actually being we funded this ourselves.
Yeah.
So like the style of 10 Cloverfield Lane is definitely like this is what an indie film is like.
I think if you cut the last scene and take Cloverfield out of the name, it's basically an indie film.
Yeah, exactly. Then I go with Midnight Special. Watch that film. Just watch it. It's absolutely phenomenal. And then Hunt for the Wilder People. If you want a good comedy, like this is it.
Okay.
This had me laughing more than any film I've seen in the past like 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
Fucking brilliant. Alright, I think that'll wrap up 2016 then, will it, guys?
I think it will.
Yeah.
Gone on for a while. 2 hours, 10 minutes.
Do you know what's funny?
What?
8 minutes of this was news.
I know.
8
It's
minutes.
ridiculous, isn't it? Look, we said we were going to fill up a lot of time with these,
Yeah.
with this 2016 talk. Yeah, I think it's a good way to cap off the year.
Yeah.
Let's try and make a. How about 2017? Stop killing people I like. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Alright.
That would be nice. That can be your New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Universe.
Or universe.
Yeah. Alright. Thanks for listening, guys. Check out our Facebook page and all that stuff. What are you doing, Iwan?
It's really.
Messing with your textbook.
It's a notepad, Dan.
I don't give a shit,
It's
boy.
now a real refill pad. A4, 200 pages.
With margin.
Oh.
It's not as good as my other paper. Though. My other paper is 80 GSM. This one's only 70.
Oh, what's the point in
I
having it?
skimped out on this one a little
Welcome
bit.
to
Get
Let's
rid of
Talk
it, lad.
paper.
Sling it. Right, yeah, go like our Facebook page. Follow our Twitter.
Why are you
Lewis,
still here?
Lewis, we need a Twitter update. How many Twitter followers have we got?
I think it's still 0. I'll double check quickly now.
Brilliant. Subscribe to us on YouTube for those reviews that we said we were going to do.
Never
Still haven't
did.
done. Well, in fairness, like I can't be asked reviewing the passenger because like there's not enough to talk about to even fill 10 minutes with that film.
Yeah, we have 0 followers still. Just not
Brilliant.
good. At LTF Pod, if you fancy.
How many people do we follow?
13. It's all like studios and things.
Just follow a load of shit.
No, I don't want to be that.
No,
that
right.
No.
That's how you get followers.
Alright.
As much as I hate it.
You need to make tags on YouTube as well. We've got no tags.
What?
On our YouTube
Yeah, we do.
uploads. Have you? Have we?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I haven't
put
seen any
like
of them.
I spam that tag part. Like I just put everything I can. If we've got a piece of news that's like 6 degrees of separation away from something, I will fucking tag it.
Tag anime in this because I talked about anime for a few minutes.
You have no idea how many views we're gonna get by tagging anime. Absolutely absurd. Plus, our profile picture, that it looks anime enough that people may be tricked into clicking on this.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Stay around for the full 2 hours, 2 hours 15 minutes.
I'm waiting for the anime. It's coming. It's coming.
I sure have been staring at the static picture for a long time.
Then they get to the
When's
end
the
and they're
anime
like,
happening?
It's a good job I like listening to people talk about paper.
Yeah. Subscribe.
Oh god. Let's just cut it off now.
Subscribe, follow, like.
Yeah, there you go. Sorted.
Mhm.
Alright, have a good new year, guys.
Yeah.
We'll see you in. We won't see you. What the fuck am I talking about? We'll speak at you in 2017 as well. I don't know what we're doing next time. What are we doing, guys?
Assassin's Creed.
Oh, God.
And monster
It might-
trucks.
Oh, Monster
Oh,
Trucks.
Monster Trucks is out. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Day out on the cinema New Year's Day, guys.
January is always such a brilliant month, isn't it?
Mhm.
Monster Trucks and Assassin's Creed. Alright, sound. Thanks, guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.